We got football in about 7 minutes now. Just waiting on that. Just going through ads right now, waiting for the game. Basically, what we're looking for here tonight is Denver's great defense versus this Bengals offense that is looking like without Joe Burrow, they might not be the same team. So we'll see how they do today. It's going to come down to if the Bengals' bad offense can actually get the ball moving against Denver. That's basically all it's going to be. That's what I'd have to say about it so far. Just looking at the matchup. Denver's projected to win pretty heavily by most places, so we'll see if Cincinnati can pull up an upset or not, but I doubt they will. Hoping Jamar has a big game, have him in fantasy, so that'd be helpful, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, the Dolphins are kind of crushing the Jets, to be completely honest, which, it makes sense. Jets are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Dolphins at least have somewhat of an offense, so that's a nice part. Denver is 7.5-point favorites. Can kind of go over this a little bit, to be honest. There's my fantasy team. And then, 71% chance to a 28% chance. I mean, I don't know how accurate those usually are, but we'll have to see how it goes tonight. I think the biggest interesting storyline so far this year, or not this year, but this week, has been how the Giants managed to beat the Chargers and lose basically their guy that they needed to be good for them in Malik Neighbors, and just lose him basically. So now he's out for the year, and you are looking at a very tough situation with how you're going to have to bounce back from that, because you had a very nice looking game against one of your probably someone who's you're going into that game, you're not thinking you're going to win that. No one would think you're going to win that at all. You're going into the Chargers. It's a tough matchup, and you manage to come out with a win, but you lose Neighbors, and losing him for the season basically means you don't got much of a shot now for the rest of the year at winning many games at all. So that's a storyline from this week that I would key in on. Say that that's a tough break, but we're just still waiting for this game to start up. They're doing the national anthem right now. Just waiting for us to sort of get started. Gamecast will be up pretty quickly. Looks like they're just now doing a little flyover in Denver. Got some helicopters going over the field. And they're still singing. Yeah, usually they got fighter jets, but today they got some helicopters. All right, Nix is getting ready, hopping around. See how the Broncos are able to do tonight. That offense has been a little bit suspect recently, but to be honest, this is probably a good get-back game for them against the Bengals. So, yeah, if you're going to respond to some concerns about your offense, getting a matchup against a bottom 5 defense, that is the time to do it, to be completely honest. So, yeah, let's hopefully see a good game from both teams here. Jamar Chase, hopefully he'll be playing well. And, yeah. We got Danny DeVito talking to Eli Manning about subs right now. Getting mad at Eli. All for promotion of Jersey Mike's. There's so many ads nowadays. Every 5 seconds there's a new ad. And makes it a little harder to commentate the game when they're just having ads all the time. It's not like that's the one thing that they got on air. They can sit behind the ads and kind of take a break, but no one else can because not really anything to commentate about ads because they're ads. So I can talk as much as I want about Verizon, but now I'm just advertising for them and I don't want to do that. What I play? Like what games or like what team am I a fan of? What are we talking about? You're talking about what games I play, like play Smash Bros. I play Silk Song. Been having a blast with that. A lot of fighting games, strategy games too. So we're about a couple minutes. Oh yes. So yep, that's what I play basically. I play some Pokemon too. Just play quite a lot of everything to be honest. So yeah, just waiting on this game to kick off. Getting the final little screen before the game starts up off, and we are on our way. They're shooting the fireworks, and it looks like the kickoff units are probably on the field right now, doing their little panoramic shot here. And the kickoff units are on the field. It's going to be Sean Payton versus Zach Taylor. Sean Payton's been in the league for a long time. Let's see if his more veteran leadership can kind of give him an advantage over this Bengals team that is missing their quarterback, which that'll be a big storyline for the rest of the year for this Bengals team. And the kickoff is underway. Lutz kicks it off. And the Bengals are going to return it from the goal line to the 20, 25, cuts back inside, gets about to the 30 before he is taken down, and that is where the Bengals are going to start up. Browning running onto the field. So let's see if this offensive line is able to keep Browning up and able to throw the ball, which is something they could not do against the Vikings last week, that's for sure. Getting absolutely destroyed last week. So here you go. They break the huddle for the first play of the game. Browning. He's got two fullback and a back behind him. He's got another tight end. This is a heavy set for these Bengals. Looks like they might try to establish some sort of run game to start off the game. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Browning looking deep, got a little bit of time, and misses the check down to Chase Brown, it looks like. And that is going to be a incompletion on first down there. Let's see if this page can refresh and I can get that on the screen for you guys. There it is. All right, and there is a penalty, it appears like. And they didn't call it out. Let's see. What's that penalty going to be? It's going to be 1st and 10. It looks like a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be holding, it looks like, on the defense. Defensive holding, yes. Browning has a back look to his left, turns around, fakes the handoff, gives a chase on the outside on a bubble screen, and gets about -1 yards. Gets blown up on the play. Just no blocking in front of him. First block gets whiffed, and you can't get much yak with nowhere to run to start the play. You got to get him in open space before you can do that. So Chase with a catch for no gain is what they're going to rule it. 2nd and 10 again. It's going to be Browning in shotgun with the back to his left, 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Calling for the snap, gets the snap. Looking, finds a screen, finds Chase Brown to the 40, 45, and gets pushed back to about the 44. And they might get in the necessary roughness here. They took him down pretty hard. There's a flag on the play, though. Let's see what that flag's going to be on. They took him down pretty hard at the end of that play, but I doubt the penalty is going to be on the Broncos for that. Let's see what they call here. And they're going to pick the flag back up, and it's going to be 2nd and 1 for these Bengals, it appears. Chase Brown with a nice little reception there. Can't get the run game going these first couple games, but pass game looks like that might be an option with these little screen passes. It gets them in more space. Browning is reading off the play call to the rest of the team. Under center here. Browning with the back behind him. Everyone's tight set, and they're just going to try to sneak it. Browning is going to sneak for a first down to the 46-yard line, gain of 2. So they get that first down off of something other than a penalty, which is good for momentum. So that's what you want to see if you're the Bengals, is be able to move the ball to start off this game, especially when you get blown out by the Vikings like you did last week. How to play this game? This is the ESPN website is what I'm showing in the background. All right, takes snap, hands off to his left. Chase Brown finds a hole and almost breaks the tackle. Gets about 4 there out to midfield. Right now I'm just calling the game. So just calling play-by-play. So Chase Brown actually gets a little bit of a running lane, gets about 4 yards there. So, yeah, that's a nice little option for these Bengals. If I can get the run game going, that'll free up some time for Jake Browning to actually be able to make plays back there as the quarterback. Browning under center with a fullback and a back behind him. Motions over for tight end, potentially as a lead blocker, turns around and fakes the handoff, looking deep. Maybe got a man. And it's in. Oh, it's incomplete. Looks like that is Jones with the breakup. Jamar Chase was open. Browning threw it a little bit behind him. Gets broken up by Jones. And that is going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Yep, safety just undercuts that route, gets his hand in the air, and makes a good pass break up there. That's a dangerous play. If he goes for a pick there, or tries to get a pick, he might be able to actually get his hands on it and make this a very different game to start off. Browning in shotgun with the back to his right. Going to motion a man down. Takes the snap. Looking for a guy over the middle. Oh, turns it up. Throws it out to the outside, and it's caught by T. Higgins for a gain of about 20. Out to the 30-yard line. T. Higgins with a nice catch, and Browning with a good high point throw to make sure that his man's the only one who can get it, and that is going to bring them into field goal range. That's a big first down. Looks like Riley Moss just gets beat there on the coverage. Yep. Almost could have got called for holding. T. Higgins with just a nice catch. All right. So there's 11:56 left in the clock. Browning in shotgun with the back to his left. Takes a snap. Looking. Short route over the middle. Finds number 82 for about 9 yards. That's a good pickup. Tinsley finds him for 9 yards over the middle on a little curl route. That's going to be a nice play. Sets up a 2nd and very manageable. 2nd and 2. Or 2nd and 1. Excuse me. Just finds the open man in the coverage, and that's all you got to do. All right, trips up to the top. Browning in shotgun with the back to his left. Going to call for the snap. Gets it. Turns. Hands it off. Chase Brown gets about 5 yards there. Just a nice, powerful run up the middle. That's what you want to see. They're moving the ball now. Chase Brown with a good pickup. This ground game has not been going well recently, but now they're getting it going against a Broncos defense that is pretty good. So something you'd like to see if you're this Bengals team is being able to move the ball, and they're doing it so far. So encouraging signs so far from this Bengals team. Browning in shotgun with the back to his right. Calls for the snap. Gets it. Turns. Hands it off to Chase Brown. Going to take it to the left. Nowhere to go. And he makes about 2 yards out of it. So he gets something. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 8. All right. We got a 2nd and 8 here for the Bengals. They got 2 backs in the backfield. Jamar Chase, it looks like, by himself up top. Takes the snap. Looking over on the side, and it's going to find Higgins for about 7 yards, it looks like. 7 yards there for T. Higgins. Going to make a 3rd down and very manageable. All right. It's going to be a 3rd and 2. Browning is operating at a good level right here. bringing it to a very good red zone opening drive. Reading out the play in the huddle right now. At the 8-yard line, we have Browning in shotgun with the back to his left and right. 2 at the top. Higgins isolated by himself on the right. Calls for a snap. Looking to Higgins, trying to make a big catch and overthrows him by about 3 yards. And that's going to bring up 4th and 2. And are they going to send the field goal unit on? Let us see. They probably will, to be completely honest. And it looks like they're going to bring the guys off the field. And it looks like they might go for this. Oh, it looks like Zach Taylor is actually calling a play in. On 4th and 2. Oh, no, that's McPherson. All right, so they're going to kick a field goal here. Block the kick. I have Denver defense. Block the dang kick. All right. Kick is up, and the kick is good from 26 yards. So that is a finished drive for the Bengals. That's what you'd like to see if you're them. So, yeah. Good plays so far.